chapter 4, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord, concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin which he hath sinned a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. He shall bring the bullock into the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head, and kill the bullock before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood, and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation. The priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the veil of the sanctuary. The priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation. Shall pour all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He shall take off from it the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and the fat that is upon the inwards, the 2 kidneys, the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys he shall take away. As it was taken off of the bullocks of the sacrifice of peace offerings, the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering. The skin of the bullock and all his flesh, with his head, his legs, his innards, and his dung, even the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp into a clean place where the ashes are poured out, and burn him on the wood with fire where the ashes are poured out. He shall be burnt. If the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, and a thing be hid from the eyes of the assembly, that they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord, concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty, when the sin which they have sinned against it is known, the congregation shall offer a young bullock for the sin, bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. The elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before the Lord. The bullock shall be killed before the Lord, and the priest as anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of his congregation. The priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, even before the veil. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar which is before the Lord, that is in the tabernacle of the congregation, shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He shall take all his fat from him, burn it upon the altar. He shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering. So shall he do this, and the priest shall make atonement for them. It shall be forgiven them. He shall carry forth the bullock without the camp, and burn him as he burned the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. When a ruler hath sinned and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his God, concerning the things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin, wherein he hath sinned, come to his knowledge, he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish, shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat, shall kill it in the place where they kill the burnt offering before the Lord. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, put it upon the horns of the altar of the burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering. And he shall burn all his fat upon the altar as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin. It shall be forgiven him. And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, while he does somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord, concerning things which ought not be done, and be guilty, or if his sin, which he has sinned, come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a female, without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. He shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, shall slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. The priest shall take the blood thereof with his finger, put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. He shall take away all the fat thereof, and the fat that is taken away from the sacrifice of peace offerings. The priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it a female without blemish. He shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put upon it the horns of the altar of the burnt offering, shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. He shall take away all the fat thereof, and the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he hath committed, and it shall be forgiven him. Chapter 5. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or known of it, he shall not utter it, and he shall bear his iniquity. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of an unclean cattle, carcass of an unclean creeping thing, and if it be hidden from him, he shall also be unclean and guilty. For if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that the man shall be defiled withal, and it'll be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty. Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth it, he shall be guilty in one of these. It shall be that when he shall be guilty in one of these things, he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing, and he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord for his sin which he has sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb, or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering. The priest shall make atonement for him concerning his sin, and if he be not able to bring the lamb, he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed 2 turtle doves, 2 young pigeons unto the Lord, one for a sin offering, the other for a burnt offering. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off his head from his neck, shall not divide it asunder. And when he shall sprinkle the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall offer the second for a burnt offering, according to the manner, and the priest shall make an atonement for him and for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. But if he not be able to bring 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, then he that sinned shall bring forth his offering of the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon. It is a sin offering. Then shall he bring it to the priest. The priest shall take his handful of it, even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, as touching his sin, that he has sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him, and the remnant shall be of the priest as a meat offering. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, If thou soul commit a trespass, and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Lord, then he shall bring for his trespass unto the Lord a ram without blemish out of the flocks, with thy estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of sanctuary, for a trespass offering. He shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it to the priest, and the priest shall make atonement for him with a ram of the trespass offering. It shall be forgiven him. And if a soul in any commit of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the Lord, though he wist it not, yet is he guilty, and shall bear his iniquity. And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of flock, with thy estimation for a trespass offering, unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance wherein he erred, and wist it not, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a trespass offering. He has certainly trespassed against the Lord. Chapter 6. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, If a soul sin, commit a trespass against the Lord, and lie unto his neighbor, that which was delivered him to keep, or in fellowship, or in a thing taken away by violence, or hath deceived his neighbor, or hath found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, sweareth falsely in any of these things that a man doeth, sinneth therein, then it shall be, because he hath sinned and is guilty, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he had deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered to him to keep, or the lost thing which he found, or all that about which he has sworn falsely. He shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the 5th part and more to them, and give it to him who appertaineth in the day of his trespass offering. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, a ram without blemish out of the flock, with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord, and it shall be forgiven him for anything and all that he hath done in trespassing therein. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the law of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because the burning of the altar all night to the morning, and the fire of the altar shall be burning in it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take up the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar. And he shall put them beside the altar, and he shall put off his garments, and put on other garments, and carry forth the ashes without the camp into a clean place. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning it on, and it shall not be put out. The priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it. He shall burn thereon the fat of the peace offerings. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar, it shall never go out. And this is the law of the meat offering. The sons of Aaron shall offer it before the Lord, before the altar. And he shall take of it his handful, of the flour and meat offering, and of the oil thereof, and of the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savour, even the memorial of it, unto the Lord. And the remainder thereof shall Aaron and his sons eat. With unleavened bread shall it be eaten in the holy place, and in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation they shall eat it. It shall not be baken with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offerings, made by fire. It is most holy, as is the sin offering, as the trespass offering. All of the males among the children of Aaron shall eat it. It shall be a statute forever in their generations. Concerning the offerings of the Lord made by fire, every one that toucheth them shall be holy. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This is the offering of Aaron his sons, and they shall offer unto the Lord in the day which he is anointed, the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour, for a meat offering perpetual, half of it in the morning, and half thereof at night. In a pan it shall be made with oil. When it is baken, thou shalt bring it in. The baken pieces of the meat offering shalt thou offer for a sweet savour unto the Lord. And the priest of his sons that is anointed in his stead shall offer it. It is a statute forever unto the Lord. It shall be wholly burnt. For every meat offering for the priest shall be wholly burnt. It shall not be eaten. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the law of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed shall the sin offering be killed before the Lord. It is most holy. The priest that offereth it for a sin shall eat it. In the holy place shall it be eaten, in the court of the tabernacle of the congregation. Whatsoever shall touch the flesh thereof shall be holy, and when there is sprinkled of the blood thereon in a garment, thou shalt wash that thereon it is sprinkled in the holy place. But the earthen vessel wherein it is sodden shall be broken, and it be sodden in a brazen pot. It shall be both scoured and rinsed in water. All the males among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy. And no sin offering, whereof any blood is brought into the tabernacle of the congregation to reconcile with all the holy place, shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in fire.